Hello, welcome to Some Movies. Today I brought you a crime action movie. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Hutch Mansell is a seemingly ordinary man who is tired of the process of life. Follows a repetitive schedule every day. One night at midnight he decides to leave the room when he realizes a man and a woman robber entered his house. Hatch picks up a golf club to protect himself. He tries to call the police when the thieves find out he is there, and they catch his watch. He also notices a tattoo on the thief's body. Suddenly, Hatch's son gets involved with one of the thieves. Hatch uses the same position to hit the thief until he gives up, and tells the boy to let go of the thief. The thieves also leave the house. Becca is Hatch's wife and she has been cold to him for many years, and her son's relationship with Hatch has worsened since tonight. It's still a repetitive program that Hatch doesn't like very much. They leave the house in the morning when Hatch sees his neighbor mocking him for not paying the thieves. Hatch goes to work as usual. Charlie, who is both his co-worker and his brother-in-law, gave him a gun and told him to protect my sister. Hatch also hid the weapon in the refrigerator. All his Hatch colleagues make fun of why he did not stop the thieves. He had previously asked one of his colleagues to buy the workshop. That's why his colleague told him that if you want to buy, you have to offer a large amount. Hatch went to his room and locked the door, and he talks on the radio with his half-brother Harry, who is apparently dead. Harry says, "Why didn't you stop those thieves?" Hatch also said that I wanted to attack when I saw that the thief's weapon had no bullets and I let them go. David, Hatch's father, lives in a nursing home. Hatch sometimes goes there to find out about his father. Hatch enters the house, but he faces the negligence of his family members. His daughter is looking for a cat bracelet. Hatch can no longer bear it and starts working. He goes to his father's house and picks up his FBA badge with a gun to go after the thieves. He visits most of the tattoo parlors and finds the tattoo he saw on the thief's hand. Until he goes somewhere at the end of the night and gets his card. Someone there says that this mark is for 50 years ago and is not his own card. But after he sees the tattoo on Hatch's hand, he leaves the front door and locks the door. They also help the Hatch. With the help of that tattoo, Hatch can find the place where the thieves live. He hits one of the thieves in the nose, then takes his watch and then goes to the bracelet. They say they do not know. Suddenly a child's voice comes from the room, which is affected by the Hatch, and leaves the house. And he punches the wall in anger. He is returning home on the bus. And two other passengers are on the bus. Suddenly, a car hits the bus from the side and drunk people get off it and enter the bus. Those people get on the bus and sabotage. One of the passengers gets off the bus, but one of the passengers does not leave. The Hatch takes the driver out of the bus. He told them, "You had to sleep in the hospital tonight." He returned home dressed in blood and found that his wife was awake. She healed Hatch's injuries. Hatch told him that he would love to be as close as before. His wife also became emotional. Julian is a big criminal and drug mafia. He is also responsible for keeping the city's mafia money in the OB Shack Fund. He danced and sang a little at tonight's ceremony, which is why his partners told him it was not right for you to be so kiddie. We do not trust you. He also broke his glass at the same time and killed one of the audience. And he said, "Did you gain your trust?" He is called and told that his brother is in the hospital. Yes. One of the same people who got into a fight with Hatch is Julian's brother. He also got angry and went to his brother's friends and hit him hard with a chair. He said, "How could I find the man?" The Hatch card was shown to one of his friends. Hatch's brother Harry calls him and tells him he did something wrong that caused a fight that night. He was Julian's brother who hit that night. He told Hatch that he needed to go to a man named Barber to find out about Julian. He did the same. He went to Barber and he gave Julian all the documents and information to Hatch. He also explained that Julian is one of the big drug mafia, which is also responsible for and director of OB Shack. Julian intends to use his Hatch card to obtain information. First, his employee got the address of his father, who is in a nursing home. Then he said this is not enough. Meanwhile, Barber gives Hatch more information about Julian. When his employee found out more about Hatch, because Hatch used to kill people. When his employee found out more about Hatch, he panicked and ran away. Julian calls his men. And he says, "I want him alive." Hatch was having dinner with his family when he noticed Julian's men entering his house. He rushed his family underground, closed the door and told them not to go out. Then the power fuse went off and the house went dark. People entered the house. Hatch killed most of them. The three of them survive and throw the Hatch in the car to take Julian forward. Hatch woke up in the trunk of the car and opened his hands. He opened the trunk of the car and realized that it was moving on the highway. And he did something with the fire extinguisher that caused the car to crash and everyone died. But Hatch survived and got out of the car and found the key to the bracelet. And he saw that Pavel was still alive, one of Julian's people. He asked, "Who are you?" He said, "I am nobody." Hatch remembered that his family was still underground and hurried home and called his father and said they might come to you. When he entered the house, he saw that the house was full of corpses and went to take a shower. Then he came and took his family out and told them to go somewhere far away to inform them. His wife Becca told him we would wait for the news. Hatch then went back underground and picked up his savings, and then told his life story to the four corpses. "I was a murderer who killed corrupt people," he said. "One day I had to kill a man, but I felt that he really regretted what he had done and allowed him to run away. After a few years, I went to see if he really avoided corruption. When I saw that he had a family that was very happy together, at that moment I wished I was in his place." Then he set fire to the house so that no trace of anything or anyone was left. And then he was going to go with his own car, so he decided to steal his neighbor's car and go with it. Two Julian men went to a nursing home to kill Hatch's father. But it was their father-in-law who killed them. Hatch went and gave all his savings to partners and workshop owners to buy. They also agreed. Julian prepared everyone to kill Hatch. Hatch began working to prepare the workshop for war. Because he knew what awaited him. Harry called him and said he did not need to continue, he might lose his life. But Hatch refused. And continued to work. Hatch got ready and headed for the operation. He went to Julian's nightclub to talk to her. They tried to kill Hatch, but he showed the bomb he had with him. And he told Julian we should talk privately. He told her, let's end this conflict, both you and me. Then he said, because you attacked my house, I set fire to your life. Julian also found out after seeing the money that he had set fire to the OB Shack web. I am nobody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck.